Alrighty. Hey everyone, happy Wisdom Wednesday. I've got Facebook here, I've got YouTube there, and by golly, I'm going to figure this out. Um, anyway, my headline today is I've got a confession to make, and that is true. And so I'm going to confess that right now, but that's not my primary reason for coming to you today. So little teaser there, but the confession I have to make on this Wisdom Wednesdays, which seems totally out of character, is that I love old school hip hop. I am a child of the 80s, and we definitely were into hip hop back then. And so every now and then I turn over to the stations that play that music, and it's really fun to take me back in the day. And I enjoy that on occasion. I don't go there often, but I do enjoy it. And so I was going through the dials the other day, for you young kids that don't know dials anyway, the dial on the radio, and came across one of those stations, and they were actually talking. And I thought, well, let me see what they're talking about. It something piqued my interest, and so I listened in for a little bit. And so really the topic of this Wisdom Wednesday is about perspective and grace. What they were talking about on this show, just in that brief moment that I stepped in and listened, it was about a gentleman, and they called his name out, and they said that he bought an ottoman at either a garage sale, estate sale, an antique store. I can't remember where exactly he bought it, but secondhand, and that's not really important to the story today. But when the guy took it home, he kind of just felt like the ottoman wasn't comfortable. He kept sitting in it, and it just wasn't comfortable for him. And so he started to investigate, and he either pulled the cushion out or maybe he had to rip it apart. I'm not sure. But either way, he found, y'all get this, he found $43,000 in this ottoman that somebody had stuffed away, I'm sure, over the years. And my goodness, I don't know the situation of this man, his financial situation, but I'm going to be honest. And here's another confession. If that were me, I'd be like, thank you, Lord, for the blessings, for the manna from heaven, right? And I probably would have just said, thank you, Lord, and moved on about my day. But this man didn't do that. He said, you know what, this money belongs to someone, and they probably forgot it was even in there. And so he went back to the place that he bought it from, and he found the rightful owners of that ottoman and gave them their money back. And these people on the radio, it was so interesting, the perspective they had around this gentleman that did the right thing. When you find a large sum of money, it's sometimes hard to do the right thing, especially if your financial house is not in order. He did the right thing. He wanted to give it back to its rightful owner. But the people on the radio, when they were telling this story, literally called him a dumb ass. And I'm like, wow, what an interesting perspective. Of course, they were like, oh, he was so stupid. He should have kept that money. And why did he give that back? And I just was sitting there thinking about, wow, how interesting people's perspectives are on certain things, because I can guarantee you, if this same story had been on another channel on the radio, someone that had more grace, more compassion, more, I don't know, integrity, it would have been a very different story. The person would not have been called out on the radio as a dummy. He would have been applauded and said, wow, what an honest, respectful, upstanding citizen that guy was, who had a caring heart, knowing that that was not his treasure, that was someone else's treasure, and he needed to return that to the rightful owner. So it really is all about perspective. So I want you to think today about your own perspective, especially when it comes to your family, your business, your dealings with friends. Think about perspective, and maybe there's been some disagreement that has come up in your life, and you took that very harsh, and maybe it wasn't meant to be taken that way. Maybe the person that had that disagreement with you had had different intentions, right? But your perspective was that they were attacking you, when in reality they weren't attacking you. They were just trying to bring something to your attention, hopefully to make you think about things differently, become a better person. So it really is all about perspective. So I want to challenge you each and every time that you see something in a way that you have I don't know, maybe a kind of a perspective on it. Try to turn that around. Think about the other side of things. How can you make that a thumbs up perspective, right? And if it's about you, yourself, your life situations, your business, think about having a little bit of grace. These guys on this one radio station had no grace for this gentleman that found all this money and returned it to the rightful owner. They had no grace on him. They called him a dummy, and they just said, oh my gosh, he was so stupid. I would have kept that money and all that. Have a little grace, right? Everybody makes decisions, and they make it based on their perspective, based on their circumstances, based on their past history. And, right or wrong, good or bad, it's their decision. And we need to have a little grace, especially on ourselves when we make decisions for ourselves, for our family, for our life, for our business, that maybe don't turn out the way we had hoped. Okay. We need to say, you know what, that didn't work out the way I intended. Let me see if I can make it better for me, for my family, for my client, and then have a little grace. Let's have a little grace on each other and on ourselves, particularly because that tape that's in our head that we play over and over and over again, we kind of beat ourselves up way too much, and we need to have some grace. So my gift for you is, look at it. It's all about your perspective. So try to look at it from another person's perspective if that is required, and then have grace. Either have grace for them or have grace for yourself. And let's make today a beautiful day. Again, this is Dawn. I'm with Jovi Strategies. It has been Wisdom Wednesday, and I'm really glad that you guys jumped on. I see you guys watching, and I appreciate you. Hey, Billy Joe, Glenn, Lishka, Julie, Debbie, Diana, Arthur. Hey, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hopping in. If you are watching this on the replay, just hashtag replay me and let me know something maybe that you need to change your perspective about. Something that has happened in your life, you're like, you know what, I didn't handle that as well as I could have, and maybe it was because I had a different perspective than what was intended. And then give a little grace, and you know what, I'm gonna throw in something else to go deep on you. If you need to forgive someone for something that you did, maybe take it a step further and do that. For sure, forgive yourself, because we're all doing the best we can. And I hope this has blessed you today. I hope that you take this away and can make some great choices in your life and bless others with it as well. So thanks for hopping on, you guys. Have a wonderful day. I'm like, we're going to see how this looks on YouTube, right? But I'm focusing on my Facebook peeps. But hey to the YouTubers out there as well. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Have a great day.